Hello everyone, welcome back to this week's Trader Joe's Taste Test, where we have so many fun things to try and a couple vegan new items that we cannot wait to test out and see how they fare. But before we get into it, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I guess we're ready. So let's get into this taste test.
All right. Ooh, baby, just hold tight. We're up at the moonlight.
All right, Benson, are you gonna give the kitties their new Here Kitty treats? Ooh, okay. Okay, there, that's good. Oh my goodness, they're eating them and they like it. Orange, are you eating them? Oh, those are big treats. Let's show them what it looks like. So this is how big the treats are. Quite large compared to the Temptations ones.
Like beans.
They smell like beans?
I think they might be
Orangey, here. Oh wow, if Orange likes it, you know it's good. This cat is very, very picky and she's eating them. Harlow, she will eat pretty much anything, but they both are really liking these treats. That's a first from Trader Joe's. So I would say that the Here Kitty treats are a definite winner if you're looking for something new for your cats. We are back in the US and that means lots of meat alternatives, dairy-free alternatives, and it is good to be home in that respect, because I'm like, okay, vegan cheese when I get back, vegan bolognese, ravioli. We're so excited to try these things. So we're gonna start off with the vegan spicy shredded Mexican blend cheese. It's dairy-free, obviously, and it melts incredible. So we just made a little nacho. And we just heated up in the microwave for 30 seconds and it melted perfectly. These look like...
It definitely melted well.
Yeah.
Let's see how it tastes.
They look like regular old nachos. It would never know. And it even has the cheese pull. I just pulled it apart. So.
All right. Passed that test. Honestly, that's probably one of the best cheese alternatives I've ever had.
For real. It's a little sticky. It's like sticking to my teeth, but the flavor... and the texture, I mean, pretty accurate.
Yeah, I would say this cheese definitely makes for a good nacho. And it tastes really good too. Now, it says it's spicy. I do get a little bit of a sense of spice, but I wouldn't say that this is like something that people should avoid because of the spice. It just contributes to a really good flavor. I agree. I think definitely not too spicy. There's like a little bit of a kick in there, which actually really helps with, I think, enhance the flavor. Kids might not particularly like this one because of that little spicy factor, but I will say, all said and done, this, like Tim said, this is probably one of the best vegan cheeses I've ever had. Right. It tastes so good, and I just love how it melts so easily. It's not tough at all to melt, and I think if you want to make tacos with this, oh my gosh, perfect. Quesadilla, like really you could use whatever you'd want with a spicy shredded Mexican blend cheese. Just do whatever you would normally do, because this cheese like really holds up to the real deal. So yeah, excellent. I'm really happy with this, and yeah, I think it's a must buy if you're not wanting a dairy cheese. So for sure, good job, Trader Joe's. Next up, we're gonna try the vegan bolognese ravioli. I just cooked this in some boiling water, and we're gonna actually top it with this muddy tomato puree. So a lot of you guys responded in the comments in the haul about how this is great for a base for pasta sauce, even a pizza sauce. And I know it's just plain old tomato, but I know it's a base, so you're supposed to mix it with herbs and spices and make your own sauce. I totally understand that, but I do wanna try it just plain old out of here, and I'm just gonna use it as a topping for the ravioli, because I thought, you know, it would pair well. And so I'm gonna acknowledge that this is not a full-blown pasta sauce because it's just tomato puree, but I do want to give it a go and see how it flavors our dish. And before you poured on that on there, I was gonna say I'm gonna try the ravioli without anything.
Oh, sorry, hon.
It's okay.
I didn't know.
It's not much on this piece, but I want to get a flavor of what these raviolis taste like. Now, you'll see I don't have a whole lot on there, so I should get a good sense. Yeah. And I'm going to give this one a try first, and then I'll give you a read on the sauce. So right off the bat, I can get that sense of that bolognese flavor. Now, it's obviously vegan, so it's not real, and it doesn't have that like oily bolognese like consistency to it. But I think that it is pretty good. What do you think as the vegetarian? What do you think of it?
I think it's actually really good. It has like a very good Italian flavor to it, like the Italian spices that you would expect. Right. And actually looking into it, you can see the lentils in there, the lentil granules. And I feel like it's going to be a hearty meal. If you eat this, it's going to fill you up because of what it's made out of. And I think it's good. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it tastes, to me, I don't know if I've even had Bolognese before. I've been vegetarian for 20 years, so I can't remember. But it tastes great to me. And now I'm going to taste it with a big tomato bite.
I'm going to try it too.
Wow.
So it reminds me of something very specific. What about
really?
You? Yeah.
I just think that tomato puree is so good.
Clean, yeah.
It is so good. That is like the best, most juicy, sweet tomatoes. There's nothing added in this. It's just pure tomato puree. In fact, many of you...
There's sea salt in there.
Oh yeah, sea salt. Sorry, sea salt. But so many of you said this is an insanely good brand and it sells for a lot more in other stores. And I think they even said... Someone said it like sells at Whole Foods too, but...
Probably.
It's an authentic Italian brand, and wow.
So I agree. First and foremost, I agree entirely with what you said. The quality is really good.
You don't even need to make it into a sauce.
Now
let me eat it plain.
Now let me just degrade it a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Say, just because it's just plain tomato sauce, what it first initially reminded me of is like a high quality Chef Boyardee.
Oh my god!
I know, but it's just the plain tomato sauce with sea salt. That's the only thing. I think that's kind of what Chef Boyardee is. But
except for Chef Boyardee is like added sugar up the wazoo, and it tastes way sugary. This does have like a really natural sweetness to it, so it kind of tastes like there's sugar added, but it's not. It's just the tomatoes are so ripe and rich that you really taste the flavor, and these taste so much like a homegrown tomato. We grow a lot of our own veggies, and this reminds me a lot of like a homegrown, really yummy, sweet, fresh tomato. So I definitely want to stock up on this stuff. This is amazing, and like I was saying, I don't even think you need to add anything to it to make it a base of a sauce. It's delicious as is, but I definitely can see it being such an amazing base for anything that you want to cook with. And yeah, I mean, wow, this is insanely good. So all of you guys that already said how good it is, I am 100% on board with you. It is worth every penny and more because it's so good, and I'm such a tomato person, so
yes,
I'm very satisfied with that.
I agree, it was really good. All right, now we're gonna move on to the last warm item that we've got today, and it's for me only. It is the white meat chicken breast strips. This is frozen. I just popped it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, one strip, and so we'll give you a taste and see how it is.
Tastes like chicken?
Just tastes like chicken. It's a little bit dry, but I think that's because I microwaved it, and if you were to just cook it the right way, it might retain some of that moisture. But it's really good. I think this would be really good if you like added it to a salad or a pasta dish.
Or the nachos.
Or like maybe some vegan nachos to make it not so vegan anymore. But it's probably a great option to have. It's a pretty big bag of frozen chicken, so it'll last you, depending on how much chicken you add to whatever meal, it should last you quite a bit.
So you were saying that microwaving is probably not the right way. What was the instructions on the bag that you think would probably be better for the way to cook it?
So on the bag it said to cook it on the stove top. So I think
that makes sense.
Like add a little bit of oil to the pan and then kind of flip it so it gets cooked all the way through, and I think it would retain some of that flavor a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's just plain white chicken, white meat chicken. So I don't think there's much more to be said.
All right, perfect. Well, we're going to move on to the new Tiny Fruity Cuties seasoned corn and oat cereal. This has been sitting in here, so it might be a little soggy by now, but I have been so excited. I opened the box, and it smelled so much like Trix, and it's very fruity. Okay, ready?
Step aside, Trix. The Tiny Fruities are here.
These are good.
Yeah, they are. It definitely has a lot of flavor. I love this. It brings me back to my childhood, but I honestly think it's a little bit better than Trix.
You think so?
I think so.
They taste a little on the stale side. I'm just being completely honest. They're a little chewy. And I'm not talking about just the soggy ones, because of course the soggy ones are going to be like obviously more soft and chewy, but I have a couple on top that were still dry, and those even tasted a little stale. So I hope we didn't get like a stale box. Let me know if you've tried this and if you have the same consistency issue where it's like crunchy but like chewy at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it just tastes like maybe the bag was open, but I don't think it was, because when I opened it, it looked like it was still puffed. So it might just be the way they made these, and because it's corn and oat cereal, maybe it's just what it is made out of also. Other than that though, I will say the taste and flavor of it is so good, and it is very reminiscent of Trix.
Yeah.
And it's super cute too. So if your kids have cereal in the morning, or if you like cereal in the morning, this is like a really good option, but just beware, it does taste a little on the stale side, unless I got like a batch that was
I hope that's the
out.
case. I hope that's the case, because I would certainly get this again. I really do enjoy it. The flavor is good and strong, and like pow hits you right there in the kissa. But yeah, it does have a little bit of a stale consistency, and hopefully it's just us. So tell us below if that's the case for you or not.
Okay, we're taking a little drink break. I'm drinking the cold pressed cacao fruit juice beverage, which I've had multiple times on a taste test. And Tim,
I've got the cold pressed pineapple juice, which again we've had several times.
that thing is filled to the brim. Got our money's worth on that one.
Oh yeah. I love this juice. It's so good.
Me too. This is like a tangy version of lemonade. Like, tastes like lemonade to me a little bit, and it's just like really, so good. Very refreshing.
Very much so.
Okay, we're moving on to the Pomodoro Cremoso Salad, and this is a 5-leaf lettuce with a creamy tomato vinaigrette and focaccia and Parmesan crisps on top. So it looks...
Dang, girl, you memorized that whole thing. Look at that.
You know?
I can't use my fork because it has chicken, so I'll try yours. Okay. You were really excited to try this, so I'm glad to hear that you're happy with it.
That tomato vinaigrette, I mean, come on, Tomato and Trader Joe's. They're hooking it up for me this week. I love tomato stuff.
That's really good.
It's like tangy. It's got that like really delicious tang to it, which I love.
It does.
The focaccia crisps are like that herby, but not too hard, so you're not gonna break your teeth off. They're like soft enough but crunchy, and then yeah, the vinaigrette is where it's at. The salad, the leafy salad lettuce is just delicious too.
Yeah, it definitely.
This is my jam.
It definitely is tangy. So if you like a tangy salad dressing, I think it's that vinaigrette mixed with the tomato medium, and it's pretty good, I will say. And I agree. I think the crisps really give it that crunch and extra flavor that I go for. You know, put some carbs in my salad. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. But yeah, this is definitely going to be at least a staple in every time I go. I think I will love this, and I'm for sure putting this on some bread. That is like what I'm doing first thing after this video. I'm putting this on some bread. I'm gonna eat it like a bread salad. Because like you said, carbs, you know,
Let's
carbs
get some
are life.
carbs in our life.
Yeah, that is so good. Oh my gosh, I love the focaccia crisps. They have that herb, like I said, that herby flavor. It just really ties it all in. So I just keep staring at it like this looks good.
Let's move on to some sweets then.
Yes, let's do it. Okay, so it's the last thing in the taste test, and it is the dark chocolate pineapple sticks. So I talked about how there's already the watermelon that came out 2 or 3 years ago now, and this year they came out with a pineapple version. So I'm not the biggest fan of the watermelon, but we'll see how the pineapple goes, because I do like some pineapple. They look
the same.
Exactly the same. So I'm not surprised there.
These are better.
These are better.
These are better.
You know why? Immediately noticed the outer coating of chocolate is not super thick. Where the watermelon ones, they were so thick you had to really bite hard. A lot of the chocolate on the other side of your bite fell off into your mouth, and it was like the chocolate to gummy ratio was just not it. This is good.
Yeah, and this one, that pineapple inner like jelly or jam or whatever that thing
really
is.
Good.
is way better than the watermelon one.
I agree.
And so if you like pineapple, this is very pineapple. But also the dark chocolate pairs very well together.
Oh, it's so good. Like,
yeah.
Really good. I'm just looking at the sugar here. 18 grams of sugar. They are definitely sweets. So one, I feel like, is very satisfying. I know you had two, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like the sweetness has been lingering in my mouth, but it's very pleasant. It's like a nice pineapple flavor that I have.
Yeah.
And I actually really like these, and I'm surprised, and I'm glad I gave these a chance, because sometimes you never know. Sometimes there's
You gotta try it.
one that you don't like, because even though it's the same thing, it's not. And I'm happy with that.
We haven't had anything bad this whole taste test, have
I
we?
know. We came home to like a fantastic lineup of like new items and some vegan stuff. That salad though. Okay, my top two are definitely the salad and the tomato puree. The two tomato things. You like the cereal, right?
I did like the cereal. That tomato puree was really good too, though.
Yeah, I feel like that tomato puree would go good with your chicken.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I think it
absolutely.
would be really good with that.
Yeah.
All right, so we are done with the taste test, but I have a question for you.
As always.
As always now. My question is, where has been your favorite place to travel? Since that is very in the forefront of my mind since we just got back from our vacation. I want to know, and I'm curious, is where your favorite place to travel was and why? And I'll tell you, I think I gotta say Thailand for us, because that was just such, I mean, Benson was 1 year old when we went, and it was just a really special, memorable vacation. We got to swim with the elephants, and it was just a really fun trip, and the people of Thailand are the most pleasant and positive and just good vibes people that Tim and I always talk about going back, because we just loved it so much.
Yeah.
And we definitely are going to go back at some point. So that's my all-time favorite.
Gosh, I mean, I love to travel. So I would say though, it's kind of like a basic answer, but I think it's Hawaii. I mean, Hawaii, we you know, when you do certain type of city travel, you're really busy. But when you go to Hawaii, you just get to relax. There's no sightseeing. You're just kicking on the beach. And I think that's really my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That one is very up there for me too.
Yeah.
And it definitely holds a special place in our heart.
Thailand too, though. I got to agree with you. Thailand was amazing.
We're all about the tropical
Yes.
vacations because, like Tim said, it's more relaxing, and we love traveling to other places too, where there's like the city, and you get to learn about art history and like just really beautiful places that are so ancient, and that's incredible too. But definitely we're on the more laid back vibes when we want a vacation.
So what is your answer?
Yeah, what's your answer? All right, well, that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already, and I will see you in my next video, which, surprise, it's going to be a Costco haul, because we just did a huge, massive haul, and I have so much to show you. So I can't wait to put that video out. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!